Alright, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we have none other than the amazing, the one, the only Kasinova the Don. How you doing this evening?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. I appreciate you having me.
Hey man, you are most certainly welcome, man. You are such a talented individual, man. So I honestly feel if I didn't have you on the station, it would be an absolute crime.
I hear you, I hear you.
So I have to ask you, man, what made you decide to get into the music
Hold
industry?
on. I was inspired by family members. Music was a way of cleansing your soul. For me, coming up in New Jersey. So like whenever I used to go through any problems and stuff like that, I used to just want to just figure out ways to just release it without crying. Just manning up. And music was my way out. So any problems or anything I'll go through, I'll make a song about it. Who are able to relate to my music. It's because I write about things that people go through every day.
And also, man, in the year 2009, you released the album Heart of a Hustler. I have to ask you, man, what's the story and inspiration behind that amazing record?
Heart of a Hustler. Heart of a Hustler was basically just me in that grind mode. I was young, just got out of jail and all that. So and it was just all ambition. I was a young black male, just full of ambition. It just was like, you know what? I gotta put this in, some type of form so people can understand what I've been going through and what's to come. So I definitely got inspired by just my everyday lifestyle.
And the one thing I do want to ask you is a lot of individuals say that you were actually Tupac. If you don't mind me asking, like, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I try not to think too much on it. I allow people to voice their opinions, and sometimes to be compared to one of the greats, like the greats who ever done it. I'm flattered, but I can only be me. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's that. You know what I mean? It's Pac, Casanova's Casanova.
That's true, man. And I do want to. I want to. If you want to, I want to give you this opportunity to tell all the listeners worldwide. If you want to, you can just tell them like how you really feel about that, man. That way, maybe you know what I mean. That way, they can move on from just that fact.
I mean, I would. Like I said, people was going to feel how they feel, and and I know it's always a touchy subject when it comes down to that. And like I said, it's like when Kobe and when they used to compare do comparisons with Kobe and Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So compared to something else, less. But to be compared to one of the greats who ever did it, one of the illest MCs behind the mic, and still, top seller rapper, a legend to a lot of people. I just don't. I'm not gonna stay and say like, oh man, I get tired of hearing it, because I don't. You know what I mean? It's always a blessing. Like I said, I'll be honored and I'll be flattered, but y'all about to hear what I got. You know what I mean? Y'all about to hear my story. So I don't look at it as a bad thing.
And also, you did a song called "Anything Goes" featuring Young Black of G Unit. I have to ask you, how did you and Young Black get connected, and what was it like actually working with him?
The Anything Go project. To be honest, it wasn't a one-on-one connection. It was basically somebody reaching out to him, somebody in his camp. We just paid for a feature. You know what I mean? So it wasn't really too much of a one-on-one situation where we actually built a relationship. So, I still can't speak too much on that, though. Just one person paid for a feature, and we all just jumped on one song and just did our thing.
Hey man, you know what? And it's true. And honestly, though, even if it's not much to talk about it on, man, at the end of the day, not a lot of individuals can really say they had the opportunity to work with G Unit.
Right, right. Trust me, if there had been a situation to as far as me actually working with them, like one-on-one and actually building a relationship, it would have been probably a whole nother story. I probably would have been signed with G Unit. Who knows? But God got other plans for me.
And also in 2011, you got your big break when you actually linked up with an individual named Joe, who was introduced by FM3 of the group NOS. I have to ask you, how did you meet Joe, and what's the story behind that?
Um, Joe, I mean, I wouldn't say it was a big break, but it was a change. It was a life changing situation. It wasn't too much of a big break as far as like music wise, because me and Joe had built a relationship like a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like with FM3, that situation, they some brothers from Pennsylvania that reached out to me. You know, so they wanted to link up. We linked up, did a couple of records together. Um, they introduced me to Joe and his father. His father was like a grandfather to me. He passed away a couple of years back. May he rest in peace. He was definitely a great man, like a real stand up guy. You know, God driven, and he was very ambitious. And he had a story. He had a testimony himself. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I would say he Joe and his father was a life changing situation as far as like how I think, because you know they were just very genuine people that had that unconditional love, but some people that they didn't even know for years. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be a stranger off the street and they would give you the clothes off their back and open their doors to you, their arms to you, and just, you know what I mean, just show you a different way of thinking, a different way of life. You know what I mean? Not just dealing with music, but just, you know, just being a great individual all around. So that situation, just, you know, we put together a couple of records. You know, me and Joe, you know, he's still my little brother. And you know, like I said, the journey is the journey is still going. You know what I mean? We ain't where we want to be at, but we still going. That was that situation, though. But yeah.
And you guys
But,
also, sorry about the Casanova.
good.
Because I was going to ask also this as well. You guys also formed a company as well, called JNK Entertainment. I want to ask, is that company still going on? And if so, like, what do you guys offer to the general public?
As far as J&K, I ain't talking about this for years. J&K, nah, it's no longer going. Like we just, like I said, we were still learning. You know, I was still young, and it didn't go where we wanted to go because we were still learning the game. You know what I mean? We still trying to understand the business. And people separated. You know, some people have the ambition to do it one day, then the next day they driven to something else. You know what I mean? So we just, you know, everybody just was going in their own direction. So JK didn't make it. You know what I mean? I don't have no bad feelings behind it. You know what I mean? It was dope for the moment. You know what I mean? But I think everybody as like artists and businessmen, we just outgrew that situation. You know what I mean? You know, and everybody started taking like in different things in other directions. So JK just happened to just fall with it.
And you were also featured on Megan the Stallion's BITCH remix. I have to ask you, how did you get connected with Megan the Stallion, and what was it like working with her?
That wasn't a situation as everybody think it was. I did not get connected with him. I just basically just put myself on them records. The Chris Brown one, the Megan Thee Stallion one, and all that. Because you know on YouTube they got people that know how to put hooks and the beats together, and I just put my verse to it. So I didn't really do a verse. It wasn't a feature. I just did what I wanted to do.
And honestly, when you do stuff like that, it's also good exposure as well, you know. So it most
Yeah,
definitely worked.
that's what it was, because my intention was to get her attention to, you know what I mean, so we could officially put that record together. You know what I mean? But labels do what they want to do. You know what I mean? You ain't signed to a major label with this situation or that situation. You know, they ain't gonna sit there and suggest it. You know what I mean? But definitely, I would have murdered that shit like I did. You know what I'm saying? And once we even go down more to the masses, they gonna understand. They gonna
also, your former name is also K Prince, and then in 2017 you changed it to Kasinova. If you don't mind me asking, what made you decide to choose the name K Prince, and also what made you decide to switch it to your now name Kasinova the Don?
Um, it depends on if you've been following me for years. I always been Casanova Don. Casanova Don was the first thing that hit the internet back in 2009. I jumped to K Prince in like 2017 because just like I said, dealing with certain people, um, they felt as though the name was too long or it was too hard to remember, this and that and this and that. So so I just like, hey, let me do K Prince. So I ran with K Prince, but K Prince was supposed to be like my alter ego. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be like more updated styles and stuff like that, and more modern time music. But it wasn't me. You know what I mean? So and at the same time, all the fans that have been following me throughout my career, they always know me as Casanova the Don. And so when I put K Prince up, people are like, oh, what is this? We like the Casanova type music. You know what I mean? Because I started drifting away from being who I am, who I really am, trying to please others. So, switching my name, just listening and not actually being true to myself. So by that time, I just was like, you know what, I got to drop this K Prince shit, and then let me just do what I need to do, come back as Casanova the Don, come back even harder and get the people what they want. So, here I am, Casanova the Don with a K.
And if you don't mind me asking, man, do you think you ever will make another record or an EP or something like that with your former name K Prince, or are you just gonna keep it with Casanova?
I'm gonna keep it Casanova. It's always gonna stay Casanova. It's gonna stay Casanova.
And also, one of my favorite projects. This is actually when I first heard of you back in the day. You released the Poetic Formula with rapper TPF on June 16th, 2013. I have to ask you, what's the inspiration behind that amazing record? Because that's one of my absolute favorites by you.
Yeah, the Poetic Formula. I ain't gonna lie. Poetic Formula was a dope little. It was something quick too. We was just two guys. We actually did that in the room, man. We just chilling. And we just had a studio, and then we just doing it. You know what I mean? Nah, but Poetic, that was one of those good times. You know what I'm saying? When you just had, because I go through the little periods when I don't write for a long time, so I have so much build up inside of me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those moments where I just like, no, I need to release this right now. Let me just write this, and I just went on a writing spree, and I just was putting the music out there, and Poetic Formula just came, me and TPF, we just was just finding beats and just putting it together, and it was amazing. That's when you start coming up with Don't Blow My High, and all that, Illuminati, all that, yeah.
So, is that the only project you actually did with TPF, or did you guys think in the future you might cook up another project?
I don't know. You know what I mean? I really can't tell you what the future holds. Well, I'm pretty sure if you did reach out or do it, you know what I mean? Depending on where we are in our lives, it can happen. I won't deny it because he's the homie. You know what I mean? He was there. He always been down, always kept it good. So yeah, it's possible.
And also, earlier this month, you dropped the single Wasn't Enough. I have to ask you, what's the inspiration behind that? And of course, where can our listeners buy or stream themselves a copy of that single?
Oh my God, Wasn't Enough. That right there. That song is my heart. And Wasn't Enough is basically, it's my testimony. My testimony is like in 4 minutes. I mean, that song came to me just because all the stuff that you go through in this industry, all the dirty games and people making promises, and you just giving them 100% of your soul and your blood, sweat, and tears, and you're not getting it back, or you know what I'm saying, you love harder than you're supposed to. And you know what I'm saying, they're not giving that back. You sacrificing more than you're supposed to. No one want to sacrifice that. You know what I'm saying? So it just it's just like when you almost tired, you almost fed up. You know what I mean? It's just like, damn, I'm doing all this. You know what I'm saying? And I just want, I just want to reciprocate it. I want it back. You know what I mean? Or if not, just don't, leave me in the desert. You know what I mean? So yeah, it wasn't enough is definitely my testimony. It's all the heartache and pain that I went through just dealing with certain individuals throughout my career. You know what I mean? Broken promises and you know what I mean? Just being sometimes left for dead. People that you would call your brother, you know, you don't even talk to them no more. They act like they don't even know you. You know what I mean? You just, you did so much. You know what I mean? People just turn their back. So yeah, it wasn't enough. Came out. I definitely dropped it. That's a new single. We put somebody the video about to drop real soon. You can go stream that, buy that. It's on Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play. It's any store, Spotify, Kasinova the Dawn. Yeah, it's out there streaming now, and we also got another single out there. It's featuring me actually, my boy Jay Styles. Any conversation. That's a club banger. You know what I mean? We love sipping on that Hennessy, so that's definitely out there. Any conversation, y'all check that out too. All platforms, stream, like, buy, share, all that.
And the one thing I have to ask you, Kasinova, is because you are such a talented individual within the music industry, what's some great advice you can give some of these up-and-coming individuals that are really trying to make it?
I mean, I'm gonna give them what my big homies that gave me. It's always make sure whatever you're doing, do it but make sure you just put your heart behind it, and also like don't try to copy anybody. Don't listen to too many people telling you can't do this, you can't do that, you shouldn't do this. Don't try to make music compared that sounds like whatever everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Stay true to yourself. If you can stay independent, stay independent. Know the business first. And just don't give up. Just continue to hustle. I know it sounds cliche because everybody say that. You know what I mean? But it's like that, and you gotta understand. You gotta respect the process. Appreciate the process. To make progress. It ain't gonna be easy. Once y'all know it ain't gonna be easy, we're gonna have ups and downs. I still go through ups and downs. And make every day a learning experience, and make sure you just dedicate 110% of the time to it. If you have the privilege to do so, you know what I mean. As a fan, and believe that it's a fan base for every type of music, regardless. You know what I'm saying. So, and learn to invest in yourself. It's one of the key things. Invest in yourself and learn, read more, understand the business. That's the main thing I want them to do is understand the business. 95% of this game is all business. The other 5 is just entertainment. But understand the business. Read to a lawyer and just and put God first.
So other than the 2 singles that you dropped, Kasinova, what's next for you? Is there anything else you want to promote or tell our audience while we still have you here on the line?
Yeah, we definitely right now it's just a single. Wasn't enough. And we also got, like I said, we got Henny Conversation. The YouTube about to be lit. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all subscribe and join my YouTube channel because I'm gonna be dropping. I'm going to be dropping like little EP and little mixtape covers on YouTube, little videos, members only. Yeah, and then follow me on Instagram too at Kasinova the Dawn, KASINOVATHEDON. Make sure you follow me. Yeah, right now, it's just gonna be a wave. It's gonna be a crazy wave. Yeah, and I'd like to shout out to y'all for having me too.
And so, Kasinova, this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that comes on the platform. Just a chance to actually give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to. And if you can, drop those social media handles one more time. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on your journey through music if they're not already doing so.
Right. Like I said, you can follow me on Instagram at Kasinova the Dog. And that's KASINOVATHEDON. Shout out to, and I want to shout out to Outlaw Radio 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM. And I appreciate y'all having me. Shout out to my whole team, the Moon Group. Shout out to Jay Styles. Shout out to every artist out there. Shout out to all the fans that have been rocking with me throughout the years. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my kids. Yeah.
I want to say, Kasinova, thank you so much for coming up on the radio station, man. I've been a fan of your work for a very, very long time, so it was an absolute honor and most definitely a privilege, and I hope down the road we can make this happen again.
Oh, definitely, definitely, man. I appreciate you having me, man. You're a blessing, man. I hope and just continue to do what you do, man. The world needs more, radio hosts like you, man.
I appreciate that, man. It actually means a lot coming from an amazing individual like yourself, man. I actually listen. I've been listening to your music since I was in high school, man. So it's actually really cool to have you up on the platform.
Yeah, you just made me feel old.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm only 26, so I graduated high school about like 7 years ago, man. So don't feel old, man.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
But anyways, man, I do want to say I won't keep you. I know you're a busy guy, man. But thank you so much again, man. And most definitely stay safe during this terrible pandemic.
I mean, y'all definitely stay safe. And, make sure, look, everybody keep washing your hands and covering up. Don't be touching everything, regardless of what they say. Just keep following protocol. I know you still want to go out there and live your life and party and all that, but still follow protocol. And I think it'll be all right. I think we'll be able to stop more things than just coronavirus. Just, all types of other diseases as well. But, like I said, stay prayed up.
Most definitely. Thank you so much, Kasinova, and have yourself a wonderful night, man. Thank you so much again.
You too, brother.